It's Huggy! And welcome to Alone, the podcast where we always live outside normal expectations. Here we go again. Shit, let's talk. Shit, man. I'm seeing a lot of videos online about these pronouns, and this shit kind of crazy. Talking to the kids about it, and they trying to explain all of these different genders and subgenders. I'm like, man, this shit is wild, bro. Like, it's getting out of hand. Like, I want to be able to identify you by how you look. Okay, I understand that we all want to live a different lifestyle, and I respect any lifestyle that you choose to live. But now it's to the point where, like, I can't even look at a person and assume by what I see to be evident and go off that, because I could be disrespectful, a hate crime. Like, just in day to day conversation, like, if I'm at the store and I'm talking to somebody, like, it shouldn't break away your whole life that I might have mis misgendered you. I had to throw up the air quotes because to me there's only two. There's male, female, defined by the definition given that they done went through millennium. Male, female. Even in the Bible for the Christians and religious people, he made one man, one woman, and created the world. Like, so, it's been a defining a defining thing even in the creation of what we live in today, and it just blows my. And I'm not a homophobe. Like, I got no problem with transgenders, cross dressers, gay people. Like, my best friend, 20 years plus. You know, see, my brother, he gay, openly gay. You know what I mean? And I had no problem with that. Growing up, I was the defensive friend. Like, yeah, he had his little feminine part of him, but you couldn't come to me and just start talking about he was gay. To me, you were trying to talk about how, trying to poke at a weakness, like it was a weakness or something like. But my thing was this. This my brother. Until he come to me and say he gay, you don't get to say it. You know what I mean? But I'm not a homophobe. I'm not against you living whatever lifestyle you want to live. But when you force me to kind of address you, not by like assuming what I see is what I see, because we all first impression is always been everything. Now it's not. Now first impression is just off the table. Now first impression is just wiped away now. Like, now you can't, like, you see me, I look like a man, I don't have features of a woman, but now you can't assume that I identify as a man. But I look like a man. But not because there's no defining characteristics to none of these no more. Like, you don't have to look like a girl to identify as a girl. You don't have to look like a man to identify like a man. That sounds crazy to me to put that out in the world and then have people literally change the fabric of how they address their life on the day to day to the point that it becomes you saying I'm a hate crime. Like, I have hate towards you for being you who you are because I'm using the pronouns that my brain is trained to use based off of what I see in front of me. How is that oh man, it's like I think that's the thing that bothers me the most about it all. That it doesn't have that defining characteristic anymore. It's like you can't look and choose like which gender somebody is just by looking at them. Like, even if you see a man in a dress, you can't say whether he wants to be addressed as the man or the woman. Like, you can't you it's crazy because I've known gay people back in the day that was all I'm talking about, the whole all of that. And but they still, I'm still a man. They still told people I'm still a man no matter what you think of me or how you look at me. I'm still a man. Or how I choose to live my life. I'm still a man. My friend, he's still a man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you don't get to change like the makeup of who you are. How you live your life, cool. But at some point you can't take away from biological construct. Like, it's like saying like okay, let's just put it like this. Like raising kids is always already hard as fuck. It's already hard as fuck to kind of get you raise your kids and growing up you go through all them changes and confusions and body doing this and that like to now throw in so many other variables is crazy. Like now these kids are confused. Like the depression level and the suicide level gonna be super high because some of these people gonna see watch these because it's a trendy thing. It's a trend thing now that it's popular to kind of be gay. And I ain't got no, I'm no disrespect to the people who live the lifestyle, but some of you people out there are clout chasing and playing in a lifestyle or being in a lifestyle still clout chasing, however the fuck you want to look at it. Like, it's still people out here saying, like, damn, gay people, they always seem to be dressed fly and got good jobs or make good money. So they, in their mind, that's what they see. So they, fuck it, I should be that because that's what I want in my life. So a lot of y'all is clout chasing and chasing a trend, trying to figure out if y'all can find this road to fame. You know what I mean? I just want to understand, like, this is a dangerous slope. It's been said by a lot of people. Ben Shapiro, Jordan Patterson, I think that's his name. Sorry if I messed it up, but I like them motherfuckers. I like listening to them, man, because they go for facts. I'm a fact-based person. Like, if you can't put 1 + 1 together and equal 2, then I can't fathom it. My mind won't get behind it. So if you can't tell me like, okay, there's all these other genders, but this and this makes this, and this how you can tell this by adding this and this together. Ah, fine. Now I can go along with it because now there's something I can follow. There's a construct that I can get in behind and say like, this is how I address my day-to-day activity. You know what I mean? And then the, like I just feel like it's increasing the gap for real between like heterosexual and homosexual, the LGBT plus whatever. Like I just feel like it increases the gap because now you're saying like first it was all about accept me, accept me, accept me, and for the most part, a lot of people did. Like I think for the construct of like having the same uh, ability to go about society the same way was the main argument, but it was always accept us. But now, not just accept us, but accept us specifically how we want to be accepted without no reasoning behind it. You know what I mean? It's like that increases the gap because now you got people, most people are just confused. How do I address people? So now it's like if you look abnormal, and I ain't saying this to be disrespectful, if you look different or you look out of parameters, I'm probably gonna avoid addressing you to not even have to deal with that type of confusion, just to not have to deal with disrespecting you, figuring out your pronouns, because am I supposed to ask that before anything else? You know what I mean? Even if even if you are not a person that I'm gonna see on a day to day or deal with probably ever see again, do I need to even address this? Is this something that's gonna affect your life so much that you're gonna be unable to continue to function normally if I misuse your pronoun as a visitor in your life for just a moment. Just a person like you work at a gas station, I happen to say, "Oh, I'm on the phone like, oh, the girl at the I'm talking to the girl at the register. I'm a guy and this and that." Like, wait a minute, my bad, I got it wrong. But damn, you don't know me from a can of paint. So it's not like I'm gonna come around you and just keep disrespecting you. Like, my bad, I'm moving on. You not even about to have any more conversation with me. You know what I mean? Like it just like, and I find myself doing it for real. Now that I think about it, like if it's a guy who wears fingernails, long hair, but he just talks like a guy and walks like a guy and stuff like that. But everything like his accessories are feminine. So I'm just literally, if it's not How you doing? It's like, how you doing? Have a good day. I don't say nothing else. I don't say, they might even try to interact. I kind of just keep it on a stale moment. And I ain't trying to be disrespectful or like, again, I'm not a homophobe. It's not that. It's just like the whole aggressiveness of the interaction now. Like how so many people are on board of this whole like hate crime. Everything is a hate crime. Like, I can't take it. You know what I mean? I can't get in. And what's the worst of all to me is the they and them. I thought that was a word meant in plurals. They meant more than one person over there. They mean a group of these people over here. Like, what? They and them can now mean a singular person, and I am to address you as that when I'm talking about you or to you? Like, what? Oh, yeah, that's huggy bullshit right there. Like, it just don't make no sense to me. And people got in fights. People are really out here protesting people for not immediately changing the entire rhetoric, to, for not immediately adhering to your emotions. Like, I'm not, I have emotions. I use my emotions. This is one of my ways I express my emotions. But I am not an emotional person. I do not allow emotions to dictate the direction of my life. Yes, I will act emotionally at moments, but in the end, I will analyze, figure out the facts, and come to my own conclusion. Again, my own conclusion, because a lot of y'all piggyback off of other ones because it sounds good, but let me look into it. That's why when I watch somebody, I say I listen to them. I listen to hours of stuff that they talked about. I'm listening to hours and read hours of articles about things. I'm not a big, I can't just, I'm not an encyclopedia. I don't have that photographic memory, so I can't immediately reference. But when I quote somebody, I'll let you know that I quoted that person. But I'm always looking to into what people tell me. I always tell my kids, don't let people just tell you anything. Figure it out. Find out why they even figured out, came to the conclusion that they came to. Now, I am not against you being you. Be you. Just don't force me to figure out and call you outside of what I'm the first impression. You know what I mean? Like, if I came to holler at anybody, I came to holler at a girl, she's gonna go on my first impression. We don't call that a hate speech because she didn't ask me was I broke or did I have kids or what my situation is. She went off the first impression. She went off of what she seen and addressed it by that. And I came to her and I just talked to her as is. Now, now, if I'm deliberately going against what you look like and you're telling me not to, I can understand that. If I'm deliberately coming to you to be a problem or be problematic in your life or a tyrant to you, then that's different than me just going through my day to day and getting it wrong at a moment, a person that I'm not going to see on a day to day basis. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't come in that direct interaction with that many people of the pronoun movement. Okay, so it's hard for us to kind of keep remembering to kind of go back into like, oh, that's a they, that's a he, she, or, and then it don't have to make sense. It can be she and they. It can be he and them. What the fuck? So there's literally no rules. Like you want to pick how you want to be addressed, what your pronouns is, based off of all the pronouns available, just by whatever. Oh, this one sounds better to me. This one sounds better to me. I would rather be called this. Why the hell? Why? Why does that matter so much? Because you say, uh, I heard an interviewer, she was saying misgendering like a trans man or I don't know how you say it, a man trying to be that lives a life as a woman, like it can be dangerous for them. I mean, I think the life, if you're going to say that it's dangerous for us to say something like that, then the lifestyle that they're living is already dangerous. See, we're not purposely inducing any more danger. Cause that's the thing about it. If we can't look at you and address you, then we feel like we're being lied to when you get to kind of tell us whatever you want to tell us. Say like why not go off what you look and you tell me what you were born? Because that's what, like, if I'm going off my sexuality, what I want to go with, even though you look like a girl and you may be attracted to me, I still want a woman. Like, we may be compatible, but if you want to live your life as a woman, say, but I am a woman. No, you don't have a vagina like a woman. And even if you did, your vagina's not going to feel the same as a woman. I don't know personally, but I can't see by the miraculousness of what a pussy is. Oh, my Lord. I don't see how any man can reconstruct that to be as fucking fabulous as what it is. Not like what it is. Like, and all the variations that women carry them in, like, you know what I mean? Shaved, unshaved, long lip. I ain't gonna get all into that, but I can't believe that, like, you can recreate that by any means. You know what I mean? So, like, it becomes a thing of, like, being real, but people understanding, like, who they got. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, the gender neutral bathrooms. I was thought about that. I was like, ooh, like, think of the predatorial type of shit in there. All you gotta do is put on a dress, and now you can go in a gender neutral girls bathroom. All you gotta do is dress like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would probably would happen more in the men's side, but like, imagine the predatory shit. And then these girls is gonna be fully open to these predators because this is supposed to be a shared space, an open space with no hate, where us women can be together, however we were born, and be free. So they can't take this man and judge them, but then they in danger. Now it's more likely rapes and more sexual crimes will rise because people, you can't help it. Like, you can't help it. Like, you can't you can't just say, like, take the good out of what this can be and not look at how bad it can possibly be. It's not possible. And then when you do that, you just living naive or stupid. So you have to look at how negative it can be. Because just with the abortion thing, like, my thing is, I don't think people are against, like, we understand you, if I'm pro-life, so it's like, I understand it's your body, your choice. But you leave way for people to be out here for kids, to be out here freely sexually active with no ramifications, because now I have an erase button. Now I don't have to wear condoms more often because now I have an erase button. Now we have diseases spread crazy. It's motherfuckers online now praising their herpes and who they gave it to. Because now they have no ramifications. Now you can take a pill that they don't have to worry about spreading it. So now if you got it, who cares? See what I'm saying? The ramifications of how bad or how the negative side of it has to be part of your analysis. They can't just be like, yes, you should have your feelings acknowledged. You should have your feelings acknowledged. No, you should have people call you what you want to be called. But wait about it. What about the people that's going to use it against you? What about the people that's going to take that innocence and turn it into ugly? It's going to be them people. And then what about sports? What about the general things? Because man and woman is different. There's a specific, it don't matter if you found just the fucking spinal cord of a dead person, you can tell who that person is, if they were born man or woman. So why we kind of split sex from gender? It's essentially the same thing. Like, woman, female, same thing. Man, male, same thing. Like, you ain't trying to break them down and make them, oh, well, a male is this, a man is this, a woman is this, a female is this. No. Still man, woman, female, male. Two genders. Live however you want to. Be whoever you want to. That's the beauty of having a conscious mind with the ability of free will. You can be and do whatever you want. We're not saying that. You're just asking us to conform to what our natural construct has always been. So what they recognize third and fourth genders like, okay, you want pronouns to be the thing? Define them all. Define them all. I should be able to look like, oh, he or she is used for this. They and them is used for this. That's it. It shouldn't be like, oh, this person is just everybody. Like, no, I should be able to just look at you and kind of go off what I see and not be considered a bigot or disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And then back in sports, do you allow the trans man to play in female sports? And we didn't had examples of that, and it went horrible. The UFC chick that was born a man was tearing women up. I'm talking about blitzing through them motherfuckers, tearing bitches up. But she's a woman. A trans woman is a woman. But it didn't seem fair to me. It didn't look like two women going at it. You know what I mean? Always, and then a woman is a woman who lives her life as a man. Can she play football? Can she go to the NFL? You know what I'm saying? With 300 pounders that's bench pressing like 500 pounds, can her bones withstand the same kind of struck as something else? They talk about equal rights and how like, oh, the price gap and this and that. Like, you know why? I think there's a theory. I have a theory on why there's more women. They say more women are doing the job than men do. Yes, because technology has made it easier to. I ain't saying women couldn't handle hard work, but back then, less and less women could do that work because it was back-breaking work. It was hard. And now that there's so many machines that can do the work for you, yeah, women can learn how to drive a strip and stuff like that, and even dig the trenches. I ain't saying you can't. I'm saying that now that these things have become easier, women can get in there and do these things. You know what I mean? So the price gap was there because the jobs that men had were harder. But we're not on that right now. I'm just saying, like, men and women are completely different. So when y'all say, like, a man who lives his life as a woman is an actual woman, I have to call Harvey bullshit. Cause how? How? I can't go have a baby with this motherfucker. I can't. You know what I mean? It's like a trans woman being a man is a man. No, no, you can't ski and make a baby. You can't. Like you can't. You get pregnant just like any other female get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't take the dick, don't mean like you all of a sudden can give like a dick. Like it don't work like that. You know what I mean? Now I'm thinking too. Where do we go from here? Because it seems like once soon as somebody else get respect, somebody else wants respect, and then if we give that person respect, this person feels respected, and this person wants to be recognized. It seems like it's gonna be this big thing. It's gonna be this never-ending thing of emotional decisions on scientific facts. Like there's gonna be more of this. Like, well, I want to feel like people appreciate me and accept me for me, so I need to be called this. I want to be called that. I don't feel like a human. I feel like a bird. I want to be addressed with a call and before my name. Like it just, where do we lead, man? It's getting cartoonish. Maybe because entertainment took over the world that we fallen into like a sitcom ourselves. Like we didn't fell into like a Pleasantville. Like, and we're just going through the motions. Some of us are starting to see colors, but others of us, Other of us are in this black and white world trying to maintain some spectrum that's outside of what we need to even be trying to look at. Like there's so many other issues in the world that we could be fighting about. Besides, I'm talking about fighting about to the point of police and then talk about hate crimes that we could actually be looking at real hate crimes. You know what I mean? Like we could be putting this energy to other stuff that actually benefits the entire community, not a subset portion. Because I know a lot of gay people who don't fit this parameter, who don't really care. Like, okay, I'm dressed like a woman. You call me a woman, and I know I'm a man. Or if you call me a man because you think I was born a man, I just let you know I'd rather be called a woman, and that's it. That's it. Like, okay, if I see like it just the parameters shouldn't be so tight. You know what I mean? And everything is getting soft subsections. You know what I mean? And I can't deal. It's hard as fuck for me to deal. It makes it harder for me to interact with people in the society. It's making it harder for people in society to kind of get to know other people in society because we're not. I don't think the world is homophobic as a lot of people want to think it is. I just think the rules are getting so strict that people would rather avoid it. Uh, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank you again for tuning in to Alone. This is Hoggy. Y'all have a good one.